This week we start by developing the martillo and codo ariete. It's a simple one to start with, but needs the correct mechanics though, in order to get the power out of the hammer. The guys are also developing mechanics for the high line and the low lines, so this really means we have to work the body well. This exercise will ensure that we develop the simple turn, but with a serious intention, damage. If we develop our movement well, the consequence is power, and that means we become a little more dangerous, even with simple movements. Working the next part of the class, we build a punch combo together with the hammer. We need our punch and hammers to connect and flow well together and not contradict each other. When this happens, our punch, elbow and hammer developments start taking on a whole new dimension. When we understand the mechanical structure of the punch, we realise that the initial delivery of the hammer and the elbow is actually the same. Obviously, this is where we need to understand information with a little more depth, but that's what separates knowing from truly understanding. And even when we understand, we then need the ability to apply. Here we open an amazing area of study, one that most people find totally fascinating. It's a reflection of KFM in its early days, from a time when experience taught many truths, no questions needed, just life in the street. The objective here is just to plant the seed in the mind, to provoke our thoughts and make us realise that there is still so much that needs to be investigated. Just when we think we've seen everything, you look how a simple thing can open up a whole new world for us. Back onto the ground to develop a little more work off our backs. This time we are looking to destroy positions 1 and 3 with a puño, martillo, codo and anzuelo. In the end, you look how the work can be carried through all areas. We just need to realise that we can actually do this and that everything has a potential in every area, more or less. The training methods we use are really cool, but not a new invention by any means. They're just a reflection of what we're trying to understand. We're all trying to understand the street life of right now, so we need to observe how people and the life functions right here, right now. The past is the past, and clearly it's relevant, but evolution changes everything on an ongoing basis. Nothing is ever final. On with 2 opponents. Now we keep on with the development of the midline trapping and how to destroy it. We use the human shield from the front and continue to receive incoming fire whilst developing all of our wear. All of these developments are in the major format at present, and as time passes and the opportunity arises, we shall venture deeper into the work and develop more possibilities. This will be done via an advanced series of training downloads. There is so much work to get through and develop. I think that it'll keep us all busy for a long time to come. We've been building this work in blocks of 3 over the past weeks. Usually the first series lays the foundation, the second adds or builds on the striking developments, and the third adds the grounding to the equation. This way the brain catches a simple ABC process of development and makes it really easy for us to catch the flavour. When we have a simple formula, it means we can add anything we want, any time that we want, making our process of growth potential unlimited. It's the same old analogy as feed a boy a fish, or teach him how to fish, and he can then feed himself. here's the third series, and we add the ground again. As the predator works through the process, he then gets dragged to the floor. The predator needs to fight off his back, but doesn't really care where the opponent is. Because there are so many possibilities that can happen, we need to be careful not to get lost in this part of the equation, but rather focus on what we need to be doing. Don't forget we've planted the seed about how to use the ring. This is a very interesting subject to study within the KFM, and something that will walk with us all the way through the programme. The Urban Weapon programme is an in-depth expansion and expression of the Urban X. Once we've learnt the process that enables us to arrive at the black grade, we then go on a much bigger journey of investigation and development, and we enter a whole new dimension of learning, so basically it just keeps on getting better. Make sure to spend plenty of time with the changing of the jacket. It's our friend and teacher in our process of learning. So until next week, enjoy.